Hey, hey, hey. Sorry, I wasn't quite ready, but I was excited that we got the chat working tonight. So, welcome, welcome, welcome to MiSpot. Okay? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is where we balance, heal, and activate who we truly are. You could call me High Key Kiki. Tonight we're celebrating the first quarter moon. The moon is currently, so we'll be having a 9:09 on the clock. We'll be having a full moon in Libra soon. Yes, a full moon in Libra. We'll be having a full moon in Libra soon. But right now the moon is finishing up the first quarter and it's currently in the sign of Cancer. Okay. Lately we've been feeling like lately we've been feeling, I think very stable in our emotions, hopefully, depending on your own natal chart. I think that we just become a little more emotionally stable, thankfully. If that's not resonant, even if it is resonating for you, like how was Pisces season for you? Pisces season to me, usually kind of closing up the astrological year and like coming to the end of the zodiac and like getting ready to shift and kick off, Aries season or kick something new off. It's like, to me, Pisces season, and we had a Mercury retrograde, and I believe Mercury was actually in the sign of Pisces during the retrograde. So, how did that feel for you? Did you feel like it was stressful? Did you feel like, whew, like you needed a cigarette after Pisces season? Or did you feel that the energy was kind of different? Like it was a little more calm, a little more stable, a little more, you felt more secure. You didn't feel maybe as emotional or triggered or bent out of shape. Just wondering, okay? I'm not going to really do a whole lot of talking this evening, but I, of course, always dedicated to staying consistent. And yeah, so we're here every week. Every week. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. All right. So let's see. This quarter or this phase of the moon cycle that's preparing us for the full moon is basically starting to illuminate things. Okay, so it's basically like we're getting a better picture of things. We're getting a more I guess we've kind of pushed through some of the challenges that could have come with this new cycle, and we're kind of getting a more clearer picture. Like things are kind of being brought into the spotlight. Okay, it's like a transitioning, but you're preparing to release. You're preparing to let go. You're preparing to make room. So when that full moon shines a light, you'll be able to clear things away, and then we'll have a new cycle or a fresh start or a blank slate with the new moon. Hopefully all that makes sense. But let's go ahead and ground our energy real quick. Just go ahead and take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Allowing your shoulders and neck to get more and more relaxed with each exhale as we breathe in and out. Check in with your spine. Make sure your posture is straight. Breathing in and breathing out. take a moment to connect with all that is the Most High, bringing our energy, our attention, and our awareness to our crown, located right at the top of our heads. And our crown chakra, representing our connection to the divine, the Most High, the Supreme Being that connects us all, running through us all, the light that shines in us all. We connect with the warmth, loving, supportive, healing energy that comes with this light and this crown. A sense of regal royalty. This light could be purple, could also be golden, white, blinding light, iridescent, psychedelic light. And just allow that loving, warm, honey-loving light to run down and calm your spirit. As you let that warm light run slowly down from your head all the way down to your toes. Just allow ourselves to feel connected to our spirit teams, our angels, guardian angels, archangels, ascended masters. We call you in as we set the intentions to ground, heal, and activate our energy, allowing us to step forward and move into more peace and more prosperity. We thank you for being our support, for guiding us, protecting us. We ask that you work on us as we sleep tonight. We ask that you heal us, heal our spirits, heal our bodies, heal our minds, heal our hearts. And we thank you, Mother Earth, for always being our source of grounding. We feel safe, connected, and fully secure. It is done. And just slowly bring your awareness back to the room, calling in all the love and light. Amen. All right. All right, let's dive in. Let's jump into it. So, let's see what's going on in the sky. So, yeah, like I said, we are being supported emotionally. You know, I hope that resonates. I hope you're feeling emotionally secure and stable. Okay. Let's see here. So on my Instagram, sometimes when I am on my other device, I am looking at the date or the week rather. And I typically put on my Instagram the top transits for the week. And I'm a little behind this week, actually. However, I do write them down every month in a couple places. I have a wall calendar and a planner. And so, yeah. So for this week, in the sky, yeah. So earlier this week on Monday, Venus moved into Taurus. And I touched on Venus in Taurus last week. Let me see if I can give you a little synopsis of the time passages definition of what Oh, Venus hasn't moved into Taurus yet. Wait, hold on. What? Venus in Taurus. This says that Venus is in Aries still. Venus in Aries. So maybe, did I write that down wrong? Venus was in Pisces because Mercury and Venus were there together. Hold on, we're just going to look at one more. Actually, why is this screen so bright? We're going to look at one more source. That would be AstroSeek. I'm pretty sure it's probably, time passages is usually not wrong, but this is that means that I did a whole spiel last week on Venus and Taurus. Yeah, Venus is not in Taurus, and that's what I'm saying about these calendars. I would take this one off the wall, but it's on a tack that I don't want to tear the paper. Anyway, but I'm almost positive that calendar said Venus and Taurus, and that was something that I had an issue with in my last planner, or the first planner that I bought, is that sometimes the planners are printing incorrectly, like they're either too far ahead, like they're either like a transit ahead or a transit behind. It even happens in AI, mostly I've noticed it in Gemini. Gemini definitely will like have the planets like backwards. So scratch that. Venus is actually in the sign of Aries. Venus will be shifting into Taurus. Now, what could be happening? This could be like a shadow type of energy, but it still shouldn't be called out like on that day. You know what I mean? But I'll dig into that. But that's really it. That's really it. Next week, I believe our full moon will be on April 1st, possibly April Fool's Day. I have to double check that one too. But either way, there's not a whole lot going on in the sky. So you could be feeling kind of chill, you could be feeling kind of relaxed. Not doing too much. There was an energy last week of just kind of staying in routine. It could be getting warmer, if you're in the northern hemisphere. So it's feeling, like spring. Like you could be feeling like a little pep in your step. The grass and the leaves are becoming, and turning green again and things like that. So the energy is just coming with it's kind of like a refreshing kind of feeling. You don't really have to do too much. You can kind of stay in the zone. You can kind of go with the flow or be in flow. You're not forcing anything, and you're able to just kind of ride the wave. That's the energy, and it feels the same to me, honestly. And it could be because the sky is kind of still. So the next week's full moon, no, that's not right. This would be April. So let's move to next month, April. There we go. Yeah. So, okay. So the full moon, at least on here, it's showing that the full moon in Libra will be on April 2nd. Of course, that depends on your time zone, but for the most part, it's going to be somewhere close to that. If it looks like it's happening possibly at 2 a.m. I'm not sure what time zone this one is, but either way, we'll be celebrating a full moon next week. So that's going to be fun. I'm just going to go ahead and jump in and pull us a few cards. So next week, I'll be going, I'll go back to the astrological houses for each sign. Let me know if that's helpful. When we do the new and full moon messages, I try to tell each sign. You can follow your sun, moon, or rising, but particularly rising signs. If you're looking for growth, if you're looking for to move into your next level, you're looking to time your best life, you want to connect more with peace, prosperity, just a higher vibration, then you want to pay attention to your rising sign. Okay, that's kind of like giving you an understanding of the purpose that you're here to serve and who you are destined or being called to be. What you represent, what your legacy will be. That's the kind of energy. It's like a North Star kind of energy. So during the new and full moons, I like to give the signs, each sign, an understanding of what astrological house that particular moon is highlighting for you. And I just think that that's probably helpful. We can do journal prompts, we can do affirmations, and we can also pull angel numbers for each sign. Sometimes it's kind of fun to do that real-time energy. One of the things I do notice when we pull the angel number cards for each sign, like during the video, whether it's live or pre-recorded, a lot of times there are certain signs that will get like the same numbers. So that's kind of cool. But I just kind of want to know what people like or resonate with, what parts of the, video are your favorite or resonate the most, or you feel like you get the most benefit from. Is it the grounding? Is it the money talks? Is it angel numbers? Just to kind of make sure that the content is what you want to see and hear. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the Moonology deck cracking. Holy Spirit, ancestors of divine love and healing light, please protect us as we download the messages for our best and highest good. Anything that's not for our best and highest good, please close, shut, lock, block, and block that door in the name above all names. Amen and Ashe. All right, let's do it. Oh, look at, come on now. That's 4 cards, y'all. 4. And then what looked like one more just jumped out. Okay. So we have a total of 5. Oh, don't let your past hold you back, South Node. My nails look so atrocious, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Holla at me next week. I'll probably be more on point. And I think it's this hair. We're over this hair. Don't let your past hold you back. South Node. South Node. Where's South Node right now? South Node right now, I believe, is in the sign of Virgo. And we just celebrated a full moon in Virgo during Pisces season. Go figure, right? Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. I believe this card might have come out not too long ago. Work through your fears. Or something about fear. Could have been last week's message. Something along these lines about fear. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpios. We got Scorpio out here twice. Also another water sign. Just like Pisces. I know it's Aries season, but that Piscean energy is still lingering because Pisces just like there's so many planets that have come through the sign of Pisces in the last month or two. We had Mercury and Venus. Then we also had Saturn and Neptune recently came out of Pisces after a 2-year transit and have shifted into Aries. So now here comes the smaller, more like individual planets of Mercury and Venus coming right behind them. So like there's a lot of intuitive, spiritual, like imagination kind of energy floating around. The imagination energy or imaginary energy, it could be creative. It could be definitely, like soft skills kind of energy. It's all things like unseen, like all things above, all things of good news. It's that kind of energy. So we just have to make sure that we're not like lifting off to the point where we're just boundless and we're not protecting ourselves. We're not looking out for ourselves. We're not holding like firm or healthy boundaries. That's really where we are right now. It's just trying to make sure that we stay grounded. Of course, it could be different based on what's in your chart. But in general bell curve astrology, you could be feeling just the support of being able to be in flow, not be very hasty. You're just going with the flow. It's not even really any other way I can put it. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Okay, there is that earth sign energy, working, routine, staying with it, consistency. Okay, so we could definitely be feeling like, just a little more, maybe it could be emotional stability at work. Hopefully you're not finding yourself too emotional at work, but you could just be finding a more mature, more responsible, better way of kind of dealing with things. You might have found your voice, or like the words. You could be learning to put certain things into words. Lot of communication, work information. You could be doing like training or reading or studying or something to that effect too, or writing even. It's time to release negativity. Oh, I said that already, right? Yeah. So we got 2 full moons in Scorpio, and then confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo, and I believe we had the full moon in Leo card jump out last week. If it wasn't that one, then it was this. It was definitely a Leo card that came out last week, and we'll be celebrating a full moon in. No, I'm lying. Back it up. Leo season, of course, will be in late July, early August. There's something else significant about Leo. We have a planet shift. Who's in Leo right now? It's on the bottom of the deck. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. I think I'm going to probably read one of these Scorpio cards. The Scorpio cards are, Scorpio was out here last week. So one of these cards was out here last week. I think it was Work Through Your Fears. It had to be. I remember mentioning it. So the interesting thing too is that last week we got a lot of purple and blues, a lot of like upper chakra energy. This week we have, we got a little bit of green here with this south node. Don't let your past hold you back. This is an energy that we've been releasing as we release codependency and we heal codependency. We have been realizing what in the past, it could have been childhood, it could have even been another lifetime or generations ago, where we've been exposing and realizing what's been in the way, what's been blocking us from like seeing the truth, what's been hidden. It's like we've shown a light or shined a light on things that were kind of like deep in the crevices of the moon, of our gut, like just things that are like tucked away and hidden behind things. That's the energy. And I just know that Aries season is going to kick off. I mean, it's already here. We're just a couple days in. And there's already like earth energy and fire energy coming into this. That's that balancing that we need. So we have this green card, heart chakra. We have these 2 Scorpio cards that are both purple. Okay. Water, upper chakra energy. I would even include the heart, which is the heart chakra is green. And then we have these Leo and Capricorn cards that are giving us more of those like earthy tones. So that earthy kind of vibe. The Leo being fire and Capricorn being earth. They're like sliding in there. Like it's time to take off. It's time to make things physical. It's time to ground things, bring things to a landing, bring things to fruition kind of energy. And then, of course, on the bottom of the deck, we have the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So, I'm not going to do work through your fears because well, maybe I should because I may not have read that card last week. Don't let your past hold you back. It's time to release negativity and work through your fears. If that's a message all by itself. It's just telling us that what's a lot of our past that has kept us scared of certain things, certain whatever it is. People, places, things, thoughts, energies, spirits, whatever it is that's been holding us back, that's negative or that's we're afraid of. It's like the negative or the unhealthy fear, I guess. The fear that holds us back. So let's read Work Through Your Fears. Look, but I turn to full moon in Scorpio, like naturally. So let's read both. It's time to release negativity. I'm almost positive I read this card, but it's all good. If you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it. Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation you're asking about. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. This card heralds an emotionally intense time since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all of your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card. If that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your sex life can improve now if you make an effort! Exclamation point. That's the second exclamation point, by the way. Use your magic. You have all you need inside you to bring about your desired result. Attune to the moon. Emote. It's all better out than in. Come on, emotions. Emote. It's all better out than in. Additional meanings for this card. It's time to move from living fearfully to living joyfully. You're right to have your suspicions. Grudges are toxic. Let something go. The end of an argument. There's that emotional release. The teaching. The full moon in Scorpio has a sting in its tail. It can herald a vindictive end to a relationship. It can also be a time we want to be good, but we're naughty. If you pull this card, no matter when, your dark side and your shadow self may be showing. The full moon in Scorpio is also a time of magic. If you were thinking of making some magic, this is your sign to do so. Somebody about to get some good love in? Listen, I ain't mad. I am not mad at that. Boom. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. This card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. It might be a little dark. It almost certainly won't be rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deep and transforming. This card also suggests that if you know you are magical, then this is a time to work your magic. It can also herald the start of a sexier time. If you've been experiencing something of a drought, and emotional intimacy is also on the menu. Scorpio is the sign that likes to go deep into body, mind, and spirit. So when this card comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. Attune to the moon. Have some sexy time. Additional meanings for this card. Time to let go of a grudge you're holding. Move on from jealousy. Stop being obsessive. Could it be you're being paranoid? And make an investment. The teaching. Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth, magic and shamans. Its energy is a little bit dark, occult, even scary. Not all of us like to face the shadow, but Scorpio demands it. In fact, it's through working through your dark side that you can get to the light. And the new moon in Scorpio and the appearance of this card at any time suggests you need to do that now. I feel like I could just end the video right here because that's it. That's it. There's emotional stability coming in, and it don't hurt to get any loving either. You know what I'm saying? So if you've been like being responsible, you've been maybe setting certain standards or certain boundaries when it comes to like your emotional or your sexual energy, this could definitely be a sign that something's coming in that's going to be supportive. Don't try to control it. Don't try to force it. Let it come to you. Okay, let it come to you. And if it's not peaceful, calm, understanding, loving, if it's not bringing you peace and joy and clarity, I'm talking about even afterwards, you might want to think about it. Okay? You know, we're not here to start a new cycle of toxicity. We're not here to redo things that don't serve our best and highest good. Okay? We're not here doing temporary things, short-term things. We have long-term goals, plans. We're setting a foundation for the cycle that we're stepping into. And we don't want to plant weird and negative and toxic seeds under this energy. It's not the place for it. So we have to release any type of toxic cycles or negative cycles. Okay, we've worked through our fears. We're healing from past wounds, past disappointments, past heartache, pain, whatever it is, negativity. Okay, it's not to lie about it or act like it didn't happen, but to allow it to challenge us to grow, allow it to teach us, allow it to give us wisdom. And now is the time for us to apply the wisdom, to show what we've learned so that we can show ourselves approved for the next level, for the next grade, for our next best self. Okay? Deep and transforming. And then the word magical came up a few times. Sex came up a couple times. And just kind of like, for me, it's like when I think about that energy, because I was actually talking last week about how you'll get a message, or do you resonate with getting a message and something or someone that you feel like you have released and you've accepted things for what they are. You'll get a message that kind of makes you feel like there's a shift or a change, or there's going to be something that comes out of it that's what you want or what you deserve or what's best for you, right? And it's very possible. I don't think that people change often. I know there are some people that are capable of change for whatever, better or worse. But I think what we have to understand is that if something comes back around and the energy is the same, that's the test. The test is going to be, are you able to discern the energy? Are you able to set boundaries to discern the energy? The scripture also tells us to test the spirit. It doesn't mean to lie or be conniving or manipulative, but just ask the right questions. Okay? If you're not getting certain answers, or the answers that you need or the answers that you get are not soothing and calm to your spirit, or to your mental or your emotional space, even to your body. If your body starts to feel like it's rejecting something or someone, that's an indication, a sign, a message that's where that's the line that we draw. That's where we that's where we put a line in the sand. That's where we are, and we stay there until it feels differently. And so sometimes it's a matter of continuing to have peace of mind for ourselves, and we're moving on, like forward, away, on to something else. But I do think that if something or someone is to come back around and the energy, give it time. We do have to give people time to show us themselves through different seasons. Start to pay attention to how people think. Okay? Is the way that they think and the way that you think compatible? Are you equally yoked? Okay? Are you on the same thing? We are not here. The Build-A-Boo shop is closed, okay? Closed, never to open again. It's closed for business. Went out of business, been out of business, bankrupt actually. Build-A-Boo shop is closed. So that energy is not, we're not here to have projects. We're not here to try to change people or make people be different than who they want to be, right? We are here to connect with those that are in alignment with us and to move on and live happily ever after with those. Okay. That's really it. Like, that's that Mercury. Like, there's still just a lot of Piscean energy still floating around, which is fine. And I'm kind of getting like a message that we can expect to continue to feel this into Leo season. For sure. I claim the entire year of 2026 with this energy. It's just like it's an emotional healing. And that may sound really crazy to some people at this point in time, depending on where you are. I mean, just watching what's going on in the world altogether, but we make up the kingdom of God. And so when you make up the kingdom of God, you are in the world, but you're not of the world. You are God on earth. You represent God on earth. You are the light on earth. So you're bringing light. You're shining light in a dark place. You're shining light in darkness. That's what shamans do. That's what guides do. They show you the way through the darkness. They lead you through the darkness. And so there are many that could be suffering in silence, in darkness, mentally, emotionally, suffering. And those of us that are carrying his light represent him, and we bring his light to do his work. And that is how God works through people. So expect to continue to feel emotionally secure, emotionally stable, loved, supported, and know that not only is your hard work paying off, but you can be confident now. You can step into it. You can move into it with an expectation. That's faith. That's faith. We're moving into it as if it's already done. We're moving into it with an expectation. Here's what I know is going to be. Here's what I know I've seen. Here's what I know I'm supposed to be doing. That's the energy. Sorry, I just need to grab my blanket. That's the energy. Okay. Like I said, I think that we're going to probably be here for the year, but let me know how you're feeling. Do you feel like you've done some emotional healing? and you've learned some things about yourself, maybe even about your bloodline, and you're committed, or you've done work to ensure that you are not going through the same motions. You're not spinning in your wheels. You're not stagnant where you're doing all this running around. You're working all hard, but you're not moving forward. You want you've done the work, and you can expect the blessing. You can expect it. Like, expect it. I don't even know how else to put it. I think I'm gonna do a romance angel and what's this called? Soul's Journey. Maybe I'll do an angel number. I don't know. But I don't want to make these too long. Maybe we'll see. We'll just see. Let's just get one card from the Soul's Journey. Hey. All right, let's see. 4114 was on the clock. We got one card, empathy, and it's purple. And the card that came out last week was perseverance, and it was also purple, along with all those purple and blue cards. So just stay true to your intuition, your discernment, your truth, your core. Like, don't deny your soul at all. Period. It's just not. This is the time to let your soul speak. This is the time to let your soul guide, lead you, and not to push that voice down for any reason, really. So we're going to read empathy. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Empathy. Let's see what's on the bottom. Failure. Another purple card. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. That's it. Never a failure, always a lesson. That's a Riri tattoo. I think that's she. I don't think. I know. She has that tattooed on her chest. And she got that after her and Chris Brown situation. And it's backwards, so she can read it when she looks in the mirror. I think it's also in red. But yeah, never a failure, always a lesson. So that's what's on the bottom of the deck. So just stay true to you and trust your intuition, trust your gut. And if you're having a hard time with that, continue to tap into it. Just keep tapping in. You can do small meditations, groundings, you name it, you can do it. I was going to ask a question about who may feel, dang, I don't know. It'll come back to me. All right, empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. You don't truly understand others' motivations if you haven't lived their lives and seen the world through their eyes. It's so easy to judge another's behavior matched up against your own and label it as right or wrong. But you're missing an important part of the equation, the other person's history and personal path. We're all sparks of the divine, with the purpose here in the physical dimension, and we can all exert our free will. Some of us have lost our way along the path to love, and it is a human reaction to judge others before examining their journey through their eyes and with compassion. Your job is not to judge. Your job is to love and understand. That's a nice little reminder and warning as we're confident in the direction that we're going. We know that the past could be coming back up, whether it's our own stuff or just people recycling, or I hate to say it that way, but people coming back around, it's just allowing us we've grown so much emotionally that we can just respond differently. So the conversations, it may not be as intense. It may not be as emotional. It may not trigger you as much. That's just been a very consistent energy lately, which it's amazing me how much is lining up with the sky. Yeah. We are all sparks of the divine. I was just talking about how we carry God's light, and we're here to like manifest God's work on earth, doing God's work. God works through people, right? The things that we do when we show love, when we show up for others, when we choose others. Not saying that we don't have to choose ourselves. It's about balance, right? So, and then some of us have lost our way along the path to love. And it is a human reaction to judge others before examining their journey through their eyes and with compassion. Your job is not to judge. Your job is to love and understand. And that's it. And I think that that's where we're going to have to be okay with loving and understanding. And some of it, or some of them, could be loving and understanding, and we can move forward and grow together. And some of them, it could be love and understanding, and we love and understand from a distance. We may not grow together. We may grow apart, or whatever. That's the energy that I am getting from everything that's happening right now. It's just, we know what we need emotionally. We're not afraid to ask for it, and we're also not afraid to walk away from what's not that. We're not afraid to let go of what's not loving us the way that we think we deserve, or what loves us the way that we love. What we have let go of is people pleasing. What we have let go of is trying to get others to see our worth, or trying to prove our worth to others. We are at a space now where it's like, if you don't get it, then you don't get it. It ain't for you, right? It ain't for you to get. So it ain't yours, right? That's the energy. And it's like, not to get cocky with it, but just to really be confident, and like knowing that that no, this is who I am, and I deserve that in return. I'm not here to lick anybody else's wounds or help anybody else solve all their problems, and there's nothing in it for me. There's no reciprocity. There's just more and more lack, or I'm being more and more drained. Like, it's just not where we are. It's just not where we are. Okay, let's do a romance angel. I'll be surprised, if something about like the heart or emotions. I would not be surprised. Ooh, excuse me. I would not be surprised if something about the heart or emotions comes out on this deck tonight. Yeah. Or intuition or judge. I don't know. But we're definitely all around emotions, but it's very calm and steady. This failure card to me like reminded me of Rihanna's tattoo. Why we always call that girl Rihanna, and she keeps telling us her name Rihanna. She say her name is Rihanna all the time. We still call her Rihanna. I'm guilty, but I love me some Riri. But anyway, one of the things that I will say, I always kind of admired Chris Brown's, and Chris Brown may not be that mature in everything, but I feel like with that situation, I never heard him say anything bad about her around that. He took all the heat, whatever he had to take, but I just felt like he never talked bad. I'm not saying that she did, but I just never really heard him really say anything bad about her after that situation. And I kind of respect that. I respect that from Breezy. All right, let's jump into the romance angels, and then we'll pull one angel number and we'll wrap it up. Okay, so I think that we can expect this very supportive energy definitely through Leo season. You know what else that's reminding me of? Jupiter. Shoot, it's probably going to be even more supportive, but Jupiter will be moving into Leo in June, July, like in Leo season. Actually, So during Leo season, Jupiter will be moving into Leo. So that means that the sun and Jupiter are going to be in conjunction. There's your expansion. There's your territory. There's your abundance. There's your overflow. That's Jupiter's energy. He comes with this explosive, expansive, just like growing kind of energy. And then the sun also rules Leo. Leo season's gonna be lit. Leo season's gonna be lit. Was Pisces season lit? I just want to know. I want to know. Maybe lit might not be the word, but Pisces season, I feel like this year felt way more calm and stable than last year. And there was a Mercury retrograde that I feel like I hardly even felt this Pisces season. Ooh, look. We got flirt and playfulness out here. Flirt and playfulness. We about to have some, Mr. Nasty time. Come on now. We are not giving, that's what I was trying to say. I am not promoting giving away your goods to somebody who, don't deserve it or ain't committed to you. Like, I think that, I'm here for love. Like, not unrequited. Unconditional, I only want you kind of energy. Like, it exists. Now, if that's not what you want, that's not your thing, that's fine. But just be honest about that, right? It's one thing. I was just talking to a friend the other day about how sometimes it's funny how you'll meet somebody. People these days, my mother calls it a microwave generation. But people, like, they want things fast, right? They push a button and get something else, or push another button and get something. Like, people want things fast. And unfortunately, some people seem to move that way in or with relationships, quote unquote relationships. And I was just saying how it's funny because you'll meet somebody and they'll be like, I could see myself with you, or you like, I've known you for a couple days. And I'm just saying, sometimes I get this from masculine energy, you're, my future, or bae this and bae that. And I feel like it's very new, but I feel like if I was to go into a situation and I was to say, hey, husband, hey, boo, hey, babe, like, if I was to start talking like that, like, you're my future, we're going to be together forever. I wonder, how would it come out? Like, would they be like, oh, she, okay? Or would they be like, she is crazy? You know what I'm saying? But I noticed that. And I was just saying, like, sometimes guys can come off very strong early on. And I just don't think that if it was the other way around, they would probably be as open and welcoming to all of that as they want you to be, if that makes sense. Okay, flirt and playfulness. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others so we can lighten up. Okay, here's that compassion. We know better, so we do better. We understand. We can see it from your perspective, right? Empathy, we're empathetic because we can see something from somebody else's perspective and understand, or have some level of understanding how they could feel. And in playfulness, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Oh my goodness. So to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So yeah. Sorry, I saw a message pop up on my phone. We about to have some fun. We about to have fun. Uh-oh. Look. It is safe for you to love on the bottom of the deck. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Listen, I'm not here to promote anything that's going to hurt you or harm you. So make sure you are definitely using your intuition, your discernment, and your wisdom to make better decisions. Okay? We know better, so we do better. Okay? This is not an excuse to go do anything It's gonna put you back. It's gonna move you backwards, drain you, set you like none of that. Okay, none of that. That's all. All right, let's read. Let's see. So is it safe for you to love? This says it is safe for you to love. I'm saying, is it safe? Are you being safe? That kind of thing. Like seriously. Like that's real talk out here in these streets. Okay. So flirt and playfulness. I'm excited. Listen. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. The romance angels guide you to initiate romance with flirtatiousness, which entails smiling with your eyes as you connect with others. It doesn't necessarily involve sexuality, although it can. Flirting is playful in nature, and playfulness is the heart of romance. If you're in a relationship, flirting with your partner can revive passion. If you're single, this activity can attract new friendships as well as a love relationship. Drawing this card can simply mean that making more eye contact with others will help you connect with people. This is especially true if you smile and say hello more often. Everyone you meet is a potential friend, and studies show that most people are introduced to their mates through mutual acquaintances. Therefore, form new friendships both as a way of meeting a new partner and to increase your enjoyment in life. So we got permission to flirt. When they said smile with your eyes, I thought about smizing, like Tyra Banks used to say. But then I heard about this. Have y'all seen that documentary? I haven't seen it, but I don't know. I like things that make me laugh. So, but the word playfulness came up in here too. So big time sexual energy. Now it's giving me like, okay, well, you can expect to ride this wave even through Scorpio season. Like, it's like we're planting a seed that's going to manifest over the next 6 months and can take us, beyond Libra season. It'll take us into Scorpio season. So have the expectation of emotional stability and support and like just love. Like, like I said, getting what you need emotionally, getting what you want emotionally, and even giving it to ourselves or being able to communicate it, all those things. We're being supported. I'm claiming well into Leo season and definitely in the Scorpio season. So those are the seeds that we're planting under these moon cycles. Okay? This energy has been very consistent. All right, let's read playfulness. Ooh. Oh, Mr. Nasty Time. You know what movie that's from, y'all? Y'all know what movie that's from? Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. The romance angels are cherubs who embody all things romantic and who have a happy, youthful sense of playfulness. They delight in the wonders of love and ask you to do the same. The angels want to help you fall back in love with life again by guiding you to enjoy yourself. This comes from a spirit of joy and adventure. The romance angels, oh wait, it's repeating it. Hold on. Okay. The angels ask you, when was the last time you had fun? If you don't remember, then it's long overdue for you to add some playful time into your schedule. The angels say that fun is a necessity, not a luxury. The activity can be free of charge, such as exploring nature, auditioning for a local theatrical production, joining a community sports team, or trying something new. Playfulness is a good investment of your time, as it will renew your energy levels and elevate your mood. Playtime is essential in relationships too. To keep the free-spirited component of dating alive, plan regular date nights with your partner and take turns creatively planning fun activities such as miniature golf, karaoke, walking through a flower garden, or flying kites together. We're about to be outside flying kites with our boo. I like this. It's definitely giving spring, flirtatious, playful, telling us to be confident, to have compassion, be understanding. We're going to get tested. We already know that. Ask ourselves, are we being safe? Ask ourselves, is it safe for us to go there? What type of boundaries are we holding to protect ourselves? Okay. I think y'all get what I'm putting down. Like it's here. It's here. What should the title of the video be? Dun, dun, dun. Let's get an angel number and then we'll wrap it up. Come on, 1 hour and 33 seconds. What if we get 11:33? This was cool. This was very cool. Playfulness, flirt, Scorpio energy, romantic. Pisces carries some of that charismatic, charming kind of energy as well. All right. Ooh. Okay. Let's get through this. Ooh. Look, I be trying to get one and then, oh, wow. I be trying to get one and then it just go crazy. Okay. So what came out first was 0909. Of course, nines were jumping out everywhere. They still talking to me. Actually, today when I got on, I think it was 909. Now it's 10:09 on the clock. 0909. New beginnings. Great chance, opportunity, courage, accomplishment, endings, conclusions, big love. Look out for an opportunity that might be a game changer. You are completing something major. It feels good to level up, huh? Close the old chapter. A new adventure will unravel. Listen, this is the first one that came out. This is the energy. New beginnings. We also got 1441. Didn't I call out 1441 on the clock? Or 4114, I think, earlier. Unique skills, life goals, mission, sense of self, honesty, important projects. 1010 now. It's that time of intense self-development. Focus your mind on your craft. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up in your career or business is of priority right now. Another confirmation. We know the drill. We know what we got to do. We know what we got to do. And for a lot of us, it's just keep moving forward. Oh, this is a lot. A lot of us is keep moving forward. 0220, act on your idea. Realistic and practical approach, goals, divine timing, ambition, cooperation, discipline. You have the benefit of good fortune. And if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything. In this place, you can reach new heights. You should act on your potential when you see this pattern, since what you plant will grow. You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. Another confirmation. What more do you want, right? Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. 3333. Social skills, hope, optimism, liberation, success, prosperity, excitement, enthusiasm. The problems you have today will eventually disappear. Your guardian angels encourage you to maintain a positive outlook on life, since your luck may be about to change. It is time to put to use your captivating energy and inspirational personality. Don't let your ego get the best of you. That's releasing fear that doesn't serve us. That's what this is. 1919, cycles, karma, warning, judgment, influence, power, cycles, changes, rebirth. There's rebirth again. Karma will be paying you a visit. Release the need to control, because you cannot force things. Learn your lessons so that they don't repeat in the future. Make some space for new experiences. That's it. That's the energy right there. Making room for new experiences, receiving that good karma that we deserve, planting those lovely seeds as my music went dead on me. Okay? Release and need control. That's why we have these moon celebrations so that we can approach the challenges as opportunities to grow and that we can be in flow and not in force. Okay? Learn your lessons so they don't repeat in the future. That's the energy. When these cycles come around, how are you responding? Are you giving back? Are you just going to give in? Have you what boundaries do we need to maintain, etc., etc.? Listen, I love you, but God loves you more. Always go within so you never go without. And over here, we stay connected to the ones that sit high, look low, and see everything. Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night. And I'll see you next week.